Hi everyone. We're going to start today with a song and it's called Hey Mr. Miller. And there was a real man called Glenn Miller, and he was a band leader during World War II. He put together lots of musicians who played trombones and saxophones and clarinets and trumpets, and they would go around the world playing their music to the soldiers who were out there fighting, and he would basically lift their spirits. So in our song Hey Mr. Miller, there are 3 sections. I'm going to sing a section and you're going to try and sing it back. It goes like this. Oh, by the way, there are actions as well, so do feel free to join in. It goes like this. Hey Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. Do you want to have a go? Here we go. Hey Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. Now each section is sung twice, so let's have another go. Here we go. Hey Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. That's section 1. Section 2 goes like this. With your trombone and your saxophone, you can hear it all through the land. Your turn. With your trombone and your saxophone, you can hear it all through the land. And again, here we go. With your trombone and your saxophone, you can hear it all through the land. Now we come on to section 3. You're going to make the sound of the instrument. You could play a clarinet, you could play a trombone or trumpet or a saxophone again. And while you mime that instrument, you sing this. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba ba da ba. Ooh, that's a bit tricky. I'll do it again. I'll choose a different instrument. Trombone this time. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba 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 da ba. Do you want to have a go joining in? Choose an instrument. Could be a clarinet with 2 hands. Could be a trumpet with 1. Trombone, that slidey thing that goes in and out. Saxophone, you've got to look cool. Down to the side with your saxophone. Here we go. Choose your instrument. Here we go. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba 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 da ba. Let's do it again, but choose a different instrument. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba 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 da ba. Let's put all 3 sections together now. So it's Hey Mr. Miller. What a swing. Then it's with your trombone and your saxophone, you can hear it. And then we do the ba 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 ba. Are you ready? Here we go. Hey Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. And again. Hey Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. With your trombone and your saxophone, you can hear it all through the land. Again, with your trombone and your saxophone, you can hear it all through the land. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba 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 da ba. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba 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 da ba. We're going to have another go all the way through next. On the next clip, it's going to be with some music. So you could always have a little practice before we do it with the backing track. Here we go then, all the way through with some music. Time for our ukuleles now. Now, it's been a few weeks since you last had a lesson with our Christmas break, and we've all slept numerous times. So I think we need a bit of a reminder. First of all, with just a simple F chord. So I'm going to show you on my ukulele where to put your fingers and see if you can match up the same. So, first of all, on string number 3, like this. So if you think about the A string as string number 4, and then coming in one string, like that, on the first fret with your first finger, and then the string closest to your face, which I'm calling string number 1, second finger on the second fret. So I've got 2 fingers squeezing down. Now you can take your time getting this pattern ready. Stop the video, rewind it, pause, whatever you want to do. But what you should have is your second finger on the second fret nearest to your nose. So when you're in the playing position like that, it's up at the top. And then your first finger here, your pointing finger, count up from the bottom, 1, 2 strings, and it's in the first fret. So we have this sound. This is your F chord. So get that hand shape ready, and all I need you to do is copy whatever I do. So I'll play something and then you copy it back. And there's 4 chances to copy. So hopefully by the 4th time you'll be getting good at it. I go first. Watch. Off you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try this. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. And the last one. Hopefully you did okay on that. You'll have noticed that I threw a few up strums in. Don't worry about up strums. They're ever so easy to do. If you keep your beak shape when you play, as you strum down, you go mainly on your first finger. As you strum up, you'll feel it mainly on your thumb. Okay? Let's do it one more time, but I'm going to increase the speed of the beat, so it's going to go just a little bit faster. Find your F chord again if you've taken your fingers off. Remember, second fret with your second finger nearest your face. First fret with your first finger, string number 3. Just a bit faster. Now I want to talk about a chord that you might not have been told about yet, so I'm going to tell you about it now. It's very similar to the C chord, so the first thing we need to do is just check that you can remember the very first chord that you were taught, the C chord. So this is where you used your third finger, that's your ring finger, on the third fret, on string number 4, nearest the floor, just like that. And when you play all 4 strings together, that was the C chord. That was the reminder. Now that's not the one I want you to play right now. You're going to play something called a C7. Now I could spend the next half an hour talking to you about why it's called C7, but let's not worry about that for now. Just remember that as soon as I say C7, you do this. You swap your third finger to your first finger. It's as easy as that. You're still on string number 4 nearest the floor. You're still using your first finger on the A string, just like your third finger was on the A string, but we've just swapped it like that. And it gives a slightly different sound to the C chord. Here's the C chord on its own. If I swap it to a C7, so look how I've put my first finger down instead, it's a slightly different sound. Listen again. Here's C, C7, C, C7. Now I'd like you to give yourself a few minutes to practice finding C7, and if you wanted to, you could dance your fingers backwards and forwards between C and C7, or you could just maybe close your eyes and see if you can find C7 without looking. As long as you can find C7 nice and quickly, then come back to me. So we're going to learn a piece that uses the F chord and the new C7 chord. And of course you're going to need to be able to swap between those two chords fairly quickly so that the song can move on without you holding it up as you struggle to find your next chord. Let's just have a look at what we can do to speed up swapping between F and C7. If we remind ourselves of how the F chord looks, I'll go over it with you again. Second finger, second fret, nearest your face. First finger, first fret, up one string from the bottom. There's your F. Now, do you remember that C7? Watch this. You don't need your second finger, so you can take that off. Your first finger is already in fret number 1, but it's on the wrong string. So all you do is you pull it down so that it reaches the 4th string nearest the floor. I'll do all that again. There's your F. Take that one off because you don't need it. Pull it down, C7. So F, C7. Getting back to F is the tricky bit. Start off by sliding that first finger up, back one string, and then see if you can plonk your second finger down on that second fret. Pause the video here, give yourself some practice time going from F to C7 and then back to F, and then we'll see how we can use this in a piece. Okay, let's see how you're getting on. So let's see if you can copy back whatever I play, you play. We're going to start with some F chords, and then we're going to swap to C7s, and then back to Fs and back to C7s. Just do your best. There's no backing track for this, but I am going to count you, so you've got to be at the right speed. So I'm going to start on an F like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the C7. I'm just doing 4 strums on C7. Off you go. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more on the F. Get your fingers ready while I'm playing. Have you got them ready? Your turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Get your finger down to the C7 as you're listening so that it's ready. Off you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to play and sing to you the next thing that you're going to learn. Now, it's a very, very well-known song. You might already know it, and if you don't worry, because you soon will. And you can always go and sort of search it on Google or YouTube or iTunes and have a listen to it. It comes from the musical called Singing in the Rain, and it's actually called Singing in the Rain. I'm going to play and sing, and I want you to watch how my hand moves between the chords and listen to the words as well. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'll walk down the lane with a happy refrain, but singing and dancing in the rain. good song, isn't it? Did you see how I moved my hands between the chords? I only needed F and C7. Okay? So, count how many I do of each chord. Watch. I'm thinking in sets of 3. Join in with me and we'll start with an F chord. Play the F chord 3 times, then stop, then 3 times, then stop, and then another 3 times, and then I'll shout to you what we have to do next. Are you ready? Ready? Steady. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. Now as I'm saying stop, I'm actually putting my hand against the strings just to stop the sound. You can do that if you want, you don't have to, it's up to you. So after you've done 3 sets of 3, let's see if you can slide on down to that C7 chord and just do it once for me. Ready? Steady? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, stop. Now, that's only half of that verse. Then we carry on. You do another 3 sets of C7 and you finish with your F. So let's do another 3 sets of C7. Ready? Steady? Here we go. It's 1, 2, 3, stop, and again. 1, 2, 3, and again. And finally, can you get to that F? That's the tricky bit, isn't it? That's what you need to be able to do. So if you want to stop here and pause, I'll just remind you, 3 sets of F and then a set of C7, and then 3 more sets of C7 and an F. Keep practicing. Come back to me when you can do it. Okay, so hopefully you've got that sequence. Maybe some of you wrote it down to help you remember what order you play it in. 3 sets of F and then 1 of C7. 3 sets of C7 and then 1 of F. We're going to try and play it all the way through with some music. So why don't you get your F chord lined up while I get my music lined up, and then you can join in with me. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and again. And again. Now change to C7. 3 more of these. Third one. Going to get back to F chord. Okay, good. Now, there are actually 2 verses to this song and we've just played the first verse. So if you wanted to go on and finish it off, you'd have to do that whole set again. 3 lots of F, 1 of C7, 3 lots of C7 and 1 of F. So we can try that now if you like. All the way through. So that's, how many sets will that be? 16 sets of playing all together. Again, it's great having a video because if you don't get it the first time, then just stop, rewind, have another go, keep practicing, take as long as you need, and you'll get better and better. So here we go then. This is twice through now. I'll keep calling it for you so that you know what you should be playing. Get your F chord ready first. Swapping. Stay there. That's 1. That's 2. we go. So why don't you see if you can spend some time at home or at school listening to that track, listening to the Singing in the Rain song from the film Singing in the Rain. It's a fantastic track. You could even watch the video of it. It's brilliant with this man splashing around in the rain. And then maybe you could learn the words that way, and we could have a go at singing the song next time we meet, as well as playing the chords at the same time. Hey, do you remember this note? We used it in, I think it was Batman, the piece that we did. We just did it once, just that note on its own. Do you remember what it was called? It was the note G. And it's found on the E string. So if you count up from the floor, 4, 3, so it's string number 3 here. And you've got your third finger on the 3rd fret, so it's all the 3s. 3rd string, 3rd finger, 3rd fret, give it a twang, and that's the note G. Without your finger on the string, you've got this sound. That's just your E string on its own. But we're changing its sound just by playing one sound. So we're not playing a chord, we're playing a single note of G. Look how easy it is to swap between the A string with my 3rd finger. There's your C sound, not a chord, just a single note C, and then G. So as you move your finger across here, you move this finger across as well. So there's my C, and here's my G. And again, C and G. Will you get really good at that for me? And then I'll tell you why when you come back for the final clip. Now I want you to think back to the start of the lesson when we did that Hey Mr. Miller song. And the reason that I'm getting you to swap between the note C and the note G is because this is the start to playing along with the Hey Mr. Miller song. Eventually we'll do it as chords, but right now we're going to keep it really simple. It's only the first lesson back after the holidays, and you just need to keep it as single notes. I'm going to show you how I can fit in with the music with my C's and G's, and you're going to watch really closely. Okay, so watch this hand. And again. So I'm just going to pause it there, and I played a pattern about 8 times, something like that, 6 times, forgotten, lost count, but it was the same pattern each time. Sets of 4 on the C, then I swapped my finger to the G just for 2, and then I'm hopping back to the C for 2 more. I'll put all that together. 4 first, jump over and hop back. So do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now it can be tricky because you've got to think about which string this finger's on, and you've got to make sure that your thumb is pulling the right string here as well. So getting your left hand and your right hand sorted out could be a bit tricky. But give it a practice. That's all I'm saying. Have a go. Start off by doing it slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Swap it over and come back. Okay? And when you can get up to a good speed, let's have another go with the music. And I'll put the track on, and if you want to play along, then do. If you don't, you can go and have a cup of tea and you can stop there. No, let's finish it together, shall we? Here we go then. Find your C. Here we go. C, 2, 3, 4. it over and bring it back. And again, C for 4, swap it over and bring it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Back we go. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And hold it there. Okay, how'd you get on? We've learned quite a lot in today's lesson. Keep practicing and there'll be more to do next week. Harder stuff, putting some words in with the songs. Have fun practicing and keep learning. See you. Bye.